In this video, I'll go through the homework from last night in solving linked quadratic equations. So the first question was, using x squared plus 9x plus 20 equals to 0, or solving x squared plus 9x plus 20 equals to 0, hence solve this second equation. So just like in the first video I showed you, the first thing you do is you solve the first half of the equation. So if we solve this equation, we do our brackets x plus x, or x brackets equals 0. We get the factors of 20 that will add together to give us 9. And hopefully you can do that in your head. Factors of 20 that add together to give us 9 will be plus 4 and plus 5. Plus 4 multiplied by plus 5 gives us plus 20. Plus 4 added to plus 5 gives us plus 9. So that means x plus 4 equals 0, or x plus 5 equals 0, which means x equals minus 4 or x equals minus 5. So that's the first bit of the first question done. Now how do we use this for the second bit? Well, when we look at both these equations, they're actually very similar in that here we have some number y plus 1. So we have that number squared plus 9 times y plus 1 squared plus a constant 20 equals to 0. And if we replace this mysterious number, y plus 1, with just one variable x, we get exactly the same equation as we did over here. X squared plus 9x plus 20 equals to 0. Now we already know two solutions for x. We know that x equals minus 4 or x equals minus 5. So therefore we can say that y plus 1 equals minus 4 or y plus 1 equals minus 5. If y plus 1 equals minus 4, take away 1 from both sides, y equals minus 5. If y plus 1 equals minus 5 here, take away minus 1 from both sides, and it gives us y equals minus 6. So that's your answer for the first one. Y equals minus 5 and y equals minus 6. Next question. This time we have x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. So again, we solve the first half first. Factors of minus 15 that give us minus 2 will be minus 5 and plus 3. Minus 5 times plus 3 gives us minus 15. Minus 5 plus 3 gives us minus 2. So therefore x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 5 equals 0, which means x equals minus 3 or x equals plus 5. Exactly the same as the last one, except this time we have 3a minus 1 in the brackets. So if we replace this value with x, we'd have x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0, which is the same equation. Now we already know the answers for x, so we can say, well, 3a minus 1, which is our value for x here, must equal minus 3, or 3a minus 1 must equal our other value for x, which is 5. Now here you have a little bit more solving to do, but just a little bit. Add 1 to both sides, and we'll get 3a equals minus 2. Divide both sides by 3, and we'll get a equals minus 2 over 3. That's our first answer. Same on this side, add 1 to both sides, and we get 3a equals 6. Divide both sides by 3, and we get a equals 2. And that's our second answer. Last question then was probably the trickiest one. And it's tricky because we have a coefficient of x squared. So when we're doing our brackets, we need to have a 2x here and an x here. And remember, whatever number goes in here gets multiplied by 2. Whatever number goes here gets multiplied by 1. but you can use the minus b formula as well if you're rather that way. So factors of minus 4 to give us plus 7. Well, if we had 2 times 4, it would be 8, and then minus 1 would give us 7. So this can be a plus, and this can be a minus, because minus 1 times plus 4 gives us minus 4. So 2x minus 1 equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0. So in the first instance, add 1 to both sides, they cancel, and we get 2x equals 1. Divide both sides by 2, x equals a half. In the second instance, take 4 away from both sides, and we get x equals minus 4. So same as before, we take the section inside the brackets here and we put it equal to our answers. So we have 2p minus a half equals a half. That's our first possible answer. Or we have 2p minus a half equals our second possible answer, which is minus 4. Add a half to both sides. Well, that should be a plus a half. Halves cancel. We have 2p equals, well, 1 half plus a half is 1. Divide both sides by 2, and we get p equals a half. And that's our first answer. Second answer, again, add a half to both sides. They cancel. We'll be left with 2p equals, well, that's going to be minus 3.5. Divide both sides by 2, ignore the dog, p equals, and that will give you an answer of minus 7/4 when you put in your calculator. And that's the final answer to that one.